Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing today? This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, and tonight is Monday, which is our first night of our new schedule and the RBBS Logistics Learning Center's curriculum. And as you can see, this is our new schedule. We have on Monday nights, we have live new members orientation every Monday from 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Tuesdays, we have operational spot training from 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Wednesdays, we have live Q&A every Wednesday night from 8 p.m. to 8:45. And this is the link you join to join these weekly trainings. All right, today is today is Orientation Monday, so let's get started right away. Let's get our orientation on for our new students here. And for those of you who joined us this week, let's go over to our home page. This is your back office site, which is mydispatcher.org. Okay, I'm going to share it up on the screen right now. Which is mydispatcher.org. You paste that in right there, and that is the your back office site. Now, when you first join our site, you receive your receipt and you receive some information that directs you to our orientation channel where you are watching orientation video. Now, this is a live orientation, so it's a little bit different. But you all did watch an orientation video, but you had access to an orientation video. Now that you have the actual orientation channel that we have, or the live broadcast every Monday night, now you all can come in and you all can pretty much ask questions as far as what's going on and things like that, and kind of it's a little bit more interactive. Okay. Tonight we're probably not going to have very many people because this is new and a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of our new members don't know about it because we just launched this. So this is the first time that we're actually doing it live. But every week as we go along, more of you will recognize it and you will come to it and use it. Hopefully you will come to it and use it, and that way you'll be able to get a good understanding of what's going on in your back office site. All right, so let's get right to it. One of the first things you want to do is when you come to our site, if you haven't browsed through our site, just browse through it. Okay, this is like a shiny new car. Okay, you're not going to learn how everything works unless you do what? Click the buttons. So just go through it and click all of the buttons. You know, kind of get a feel for the site. See what everything is. Just go through it and click the buttons and kind of just go through the site and feel it and learn it. And two things that happen. You're going to learn where everything is that you need to use. If you click on it, you're going to learn what it's used for, and you're going to know what it's for. Okay? So just go through our site and just get the feel of the site and understand what we're all about. Okay? So let's go ahead and get to your back office area. A lot of you are trying to get to your tools and resources. One of the first things you want to do is when you log into your back office site, you're going to go over here and you're going to go over where it says more. Okay? Now, this is being recorded, so you can go back and pull this back up. I think we just had someone that just joined us. Hey, Sean J., how you doing? We're just getting started. But this is orientation, live orientation, and you can ask questions if you want to. Matter of fact, let my headset in. Make sure you can hear me. Can you hear me? I want to make sure you can hear me. Okay, great. I just want to make sure you can hear me. All right. But as I was saying, give you all the link to the orientation channel when you first sign up. But that's a recorded session, and you can't really, it's not interactive. This is a live orientation. We're probably going to have people joining in kind of late because this is the first time we've actually done the live orientation for our new members. It's something new that we do every Monday night. It's part of our new schedule of things that we do every Monday night. But let's go ahead and get into it. And this is recorded, so a lot of the stuff that you missed, you didn't miss much. You can go back and watch over it. All right. The very first thing you want to do when you come to our site, again, you just want to go through it and click on all the buttons. It's like a shiny new car. Okay, you don't know where all the buttons are. You don't know what everything does. So just go through it and just click on everything. Click on it, see what it is, see what it does, and that way you're going to learn, first of all, where everything is, and then you're also going to learn how to use it. Why? Because you're clicking on it and you're just trying it out. You can't break it, so just go for it. All right? But the very first thing that I want you all to do is you're going to come over here and go to the top. You're going to go over and where you see the More button, okay? That is where you get your extra tools and resources. You see here where you got your dispatcher tools and resources, your video library, your logistics library, your network support and chat room. We do have a private chat room directly on the site. A lot of you all don't use it, but it's there. Okay, and you have your live weekly training curriculum where you can go to log into all of your live training and stuff. Okay, and you have your available freight lines. All right, so very first thing I want you all to do when you come on, go to your back office tools and resources. Go to the dispatcher tools and resources. When you get to the dispatcher tools and resources, the very first thing you are going to do is you are going to click on. You're going to scroll down past all this other stuff. I know it's got a lot of nice shiny new stuff. You're going to see the the Rolodexes and things like that. But I want you to go on down here and you go to watch, start with this video. This is basically a consultation that I had with one of the students, and they wanted to know how to get started, what they need to do first. And this is what this video covers. So watch this video first and take notes when you're watching this video. So go ahead and watch this video and okay, and then take notes, and then just kind of do what it says does. You're gonna come back up here, and then you're gonna start to click on every single thing in these Rolodexes. Now you notice our back office is set up like a Rolodex type of deal. Okay, if you go over to the right or you go over to the left, when you click on over to the right or left, it rolls it around to a new portal. Okay. We try to put pictures in here that kind of tells a story of what that's all about. Like if here, when you see this globe with the shipping boxes all around it, and it's on a computer keyboard, if you hover your cursor over, just let it sit there, it'll tell you what it is. Search 19 million shippers. Okay? So if you need to know what that is, just kind of put your cursor over it and just let it hover, and it'll pop up and tell you exactly what that is. Search 19 million shippers. So obviously, that's where you're going to go to find your shippers. Same thing with this one. Put your cursor over it, let it sit there. Search freight brokers. That's where you're going to go to find your freight brokers. Okay? You're going to go here, and you put your cursor over it. That says what? Free Auto Transport Directory. Then you go here, you got Exodus Logistics. We still, let people know about Charles and stuff, even though he's not part of our platform anymore, or he's not part of our group anymore, and doesn't have access to it back up. But we still let people know about what he does, because he has a good platform. I mean, we're not gonna, tell people that his platform is not good because we have some differences with it. I mean, that's not who we are. Okay. All right. Also here, you notice you put your cursor over there. It says truck rate calculator. Same thing over here. Freight quote calculator. And that's just a placeholder right there, tools and resources. All right. You come down here on the agreement forms and documents. Same thing. You can click on either side, and it will move them around. Okay. If you're looking for stuff, just put your cursor there and let it hold there for a second. How much money do you need to move your truck? That's the script. That is your main script. Everybody needs to learn that. So go ahead and click on that. When you're going through this thing, click on all this stuff. Okay. But this is your main script. This is your script. How much money you need to move your truck. And it tells you right here, learn this script before you do anything else. And you're basically going to go here where it says go to the link. Go to the link, you click on that, and it pulls up the script. Okay? And there it is. Now, you're going to change some stuff around. You're going to take out Charles's name. You're going to put in your name. Okay? So every place you see where his name and the National Network of Dispatchers or something like that, you're going to replace that with your information. Okay? All right? You're going to replace that with your information. And you're going to say, greetings, my name is, you're whoever you are, independent dispatcher with the National Dispatchers Network. We have over, now that's going to change. We really have more than 2,700 now. We've grown since this. So you're going to change that to 2,700, or you can leave it however you want to, but we definitely have more than 2,700 dispatchers. Okay. We have over 2,700 dispatchers all over the country to service your needs. Our network is built by owner-operators for owner-operators. Okay. So I understand that every carrier is unique in their load pricing needs. As a dispatcher, I will cater my load search to your pricing requirements. In other words, if you need $2.50 per mile, and you can read this for yourself. It goes right down into it, okay? And it has some stuff down here at the bottom. Now, you're not going to put your stuff in there. You're going to put your information there and stuff like that. And if you want to change this from 10% to something else, you can do that too. But we advise you not to, because that's a good pay structure right there, that 10%. It's easy for you to calculate what kind of money you're going to be getting, and it's easy for the carrier to calculate what kind of money they need to pay you every single month, or not every single month, every time they book, every time they run a load that you have found for them or appointed them to, okay? If you have any questions on the thing, just stop me and ask a question, or just type it in, and I'll try to answer it as best I can real quick, okay? All right, so this is for you to use. You can kind of make this how you want it, but we suggest you keep the basics of it there, so you'll be able to actually, approach carriers and get them to sign your dispatch agreement, and kind of practice this in the mirror. You want to get in front of the mirror, you want to practice it and go over and stuff. Also, watch our videos of where we do this live and kind of get some stuff from that too. Okay. All right. Let's get out of that. All right. Other stuff that we have here now. Let me get out of this and show you some other stuff. But remember, you are going to go here and you're going to click on everything here in your back office. I'm just going to go over some of the major stuff, like this right here. This is your dispatch agreement. You make sure you learn that, okay? This is your dispatch agreement that you're going to use, that you're going to send out to your carriers when you call them to get them to sign your dispatch agreement, okay? You click it, you open it up. It's going to pull up and tell you, show it to you. Just wait for that to open up. But your dispatch agreement is and it is worded in a way that protects you. So make use of it. I think the one that's opening up is the editable copy, which means you can change it and you can put your stuff into it too. And it is in Word, so make sure that you have Microsoft Word so that you can actually pull this up and be able to do what you want to do with it. It's a lot easier if you have Microsoft Word. If you don't have Microsoft Word, you're going to run into some problems. All right, when you get into it, click Enable the editing. That way you can kind of put your information in and stuff. And you notice at the very top, they have the area for your name. That's where your name goes, your address, your phone number, your email address. Here's your dispatch service agreement. This is how it's going to read. Now, remember, some quick tips to know. This is what we call your fee line, okay, where it says, the fee for dispatch service will be 10% of the gross revenue of each shipment with no minimal charge, all right? Now, that's your fee line. Everything above the fee line, that's in yellow. Okay, pay attention to me. Everything that's above the fee line that is in yellow, that is where your information goes. Okay? So everything that's above the fee line that's in yellow, that's where your information goes. Okay? Everything below the fee line that's in yellow is what the carrier needs to put his information there. All right? So let's kind of go through this real quick. It's very simple dispatch agreement, but it's written to protect you. Okay? It is designed and written in a manner that protects you. Basically says that's where the carrier's info goes. Okay? I, the owner of and or the driver of truck number, he puts his truck number there, of the carrier, a licensed motor carrier, he puts his MC number there, and or DOT number, he puts his DOT number there. Hereby grants authorizations to, that's where your information goes, either your name or your company name. Hereby grants authorization to you to act as my agent for the sole purpose of searching for and booking shipments, processing all brokerage paperwork, obtaining certificates of insurance as required in order to expedite shipments, and dispatch via telephone, fax, or email for my truck. unit number. He puts his unit number there, license plate number, puts his license plate number there. In the state of, puts the state that he's operating out of there. All billing, invoicing. For those of you who just joining us, this is already in progress. It is recorded. You will be able to pull it up in the back office. Okay? So all billing, invoicing, and collections of revenue from customers, brokers, shippers, consignees, etc., are the sole responsibility of the carrier. Make sure you mute your mic because you have your mic open, Mr. Velasquez. Okay, I'm sorry, thank you. Brokers, shippers, consignees, etc., are the sole responsibility of the carrier. If revenue for a shipment or shipment is uncollectible, your name goes there, what's in yellow. Okay, your name or your company name goes there. Okay, will be held harmless, and no penalty or deductions of fees will be made. The carrier agrees to maintain all proper licenses and permits to conduct business as a motor carrier in the area of intended operations. Additionally, carrier agrees to maintain liability and cargo insurance at the amount set forth by the home state of the carrier. Okay? And your name goes there, will be held harmless in the event of any and all claims. The carrier agrees to maintain an account with an internet load board service in the name of the carrier, with your name listed right there as the point of contact for dispatching purposes. Okay, the fee for dispatch services will be 10%. Now you can change that, you can lower that, you can raise that if you want to. We recommend keeping it at 10%. Most carriers not going to sign anything that has anything more than 10%. We recommend that you keep it there because if you need to share a load with someone, like in our back office or in our chat group, we allow you all to help each other find freight. So if another member finds a load for you and you run that load, you are required to pay them 2.5% of that load fee. That's one of the rules of operating within our network. Okay, so and there's all kind of ways you can earn money within our network. And so but try to keep it at 10% of the gross revenue of each shipment with no minimum charge. Okay, down here it says, as loads are picked up, an amount equal to the above stated percentage will be payable to your name goes there. Okay, that's where your name goes there. Because remember, below the fee line, if it's in yellow, it's there, but that's below the fee line, so it's not in yellow. So your name goes there. It's payable to you, either your personal name or your company name. Okay, payments are to be conveniently paid. Now, this is you're going to edit this a little bit. Payments are to be conveniently paid with any debit or credit card via text or email invoice app processed by. We no longer process your invoices, so you can get rid of that. Okay, you can get rid of the process by altogether. You can just delete that out. Okay, but we no longer do that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to delete that out right now since we have the editable copy. I'm going to go ahead and just take that out. Now I could leave it in there. I'm going to leave in there. Well, because you're going to decide how you're going to process it. Now we recommend that you use Square. Okay, we recommend the app that you use is the Square app because that's the easiest way to process and create your invoices and be able to send it out to your carriers. That video is in our back office, it's in the video library, and it's on invoice processing. So look for that video in the back office in your video library under invoice processing, and it shows you how to sign up with Square and create your invoices and how to send the link out to your carrier when the time comes. You can attach it, all the information onto the invoice. So all they got to do when they get it is click on it and pay you with a debit or credit card. The money is put right into your bank account. Can't get it easier than that. Okay? So, but I'm going to take that out because you all now process your own invoices, and we show you how to do that. If you want to ask questions on how to do that during our Q&A Wednesdays, come back on here on Q&A Wednesdays and make sure you ask us to show you how to set up your Square accounts to process your invoices. So that's what the Q&A Wednesday is for you all to ask us questions. Okay? All right. So we just changed that, and that should be. I'm gonna load that back up into the back office. So now it's changed. But if it's not changed, you all can delete that out when you do your changes to it. Okay. Please provide your SMS, cell phone, and text number here. That's where the carrier is going to put their cell phone number there, and they're going to put their email address here. Okay? Why? Because that way you can know whether you can send them a text or an email link on paying the invoice. All you got to do is send them a link by text. It's right there on their phone. They click it. They see how much money they owe you. It has all the documents there. If you do it the way we tell you to do it, it's perfectly laid out. All they got to do is click on it and pay it. Put in the credit card information and pay it, and money comes back to your account. Very simple, very easy, no fuss, no bother. Okay? Either party has the right to end the agreement without cause at any time with 7 days notice by written request upon cancellation. Any unused funds remaining in the deposit account will be refunded to the carrier within 2 business days without penalty. Now, you can change that how you want to. That's a good legal way of putting it, so I would leave it. But if you wanted to put something different, that's on you, because this is your business. All we're doing is giving you the advice, okay? By signing below, I fully understand the terms of this agreement. Company name, that's where the carrier is going to put their information in. His company name, his signature is going to go there. He's going to date it. Your name is going to, he's going to print his name there, and you're going to sign it down here where it says dispatcher, or you can sign it there, and then you're going to print your name. I'm sorry. You're going to print your name or company name here. Then down here where it says dispatcher signature, you're going to put your signature down there. And it's already pre-dated for the date that it was created. You can change that to any date you want to change it to. All right? So that's your dispatch agreement. Yeah, and I hope I got through that and that was clear. And did you understand that? And you have no questions? Any questions about this dispatch agreement? Can you hear me? Or your mic not working? Well, we'll make sure you understand this dispatch agreement. You don't have any questions about it or anything like that before I move on. Okay? And we're going to move kind of quickly because we're only going to be here for about 30 to 40 minutes, and we started promptly at 8 p.m. All right? But we're going to move on. So I assume that you don't have any questions since you didn't type anything. Yes, I understand, or yes, I got it all, or you didn't say anything. I would assume you don't have any questions. All right. All right. Let's move on. That's your dispatch agreement. You can pull that up. And yes, we are going to save that. Save the changes there. I'm going to save them in our back office. Save. Replace the existing file. Yes. Okay. So got that saved. And it's not letting me save it right now. Hold on. I'm going to save it. All right, there we get rid of it. All right. That's your dispatch agreement. Okay. Some other things that you're going to need to know right now. And remember, you're going to go and you're going to click on everything anyway. But I'm just going over some quick points. But it is your responsibility to go in here and click on everything within this back office site and learn where it is. Okay, make sure you learn where it is. But that's your dispatch agreement. The other thing that I think that's going to be advantageous to you to know right now, your carrier profile form. You're going to send this to your carrier along with your dispatch agreement. After you call the carrier up and you pitch them, you pitch them on them signing up with your dispatch firm. You're going, giving them the pitch. How much money do you need to move your truck? After you've done that, you're going to go back at the end. When you send them the dispatch agreement, you're also going to send them a carrier profile form. The profile form is basically the carrier telling you how they want to run. Okay, because as a dispatcher or as a freight broker, you got to know what the carrier wants. You can't just start. You are not allowed to just throw the carrier random stuff. You're not a broker. Okay, because you're not supposed to own loads. But you can go look for loads. But in order to know what to look for, the carrier has to tell you, has to outline to you what his criteria is and what he needs. It's going to have a way you can put the carrier's name, the company name, home address, equipment type, van or flatbed, the size, 48-foot or 53-foot, max trailer weight. That's how much weight that he wants to carry. Minimum cost per mile, that he wants to go on his per mile. And that's just an example, like $2.25 per mile, etc. For loads that run more than 500 miles, that's his preferred distance, or how many miles that he want to run. He's going to put the money that he needs for loads that run that many miles. And you also may want to happen to, to ask him, put in there how much money he wants for loads that run less than 500 miles. I always put how much money you want for loads that run more than 500 miles, how much money you want for loads that run less than 500 miles. That's what I always ask. The reason why is because if you're running more than 500 miles, he doesn't need to have a high number, because he's got to make his money up on the mileage. So he may say, I need a minimum amount of $1.75 for loads that run more than 500 miles. For loads that run less than 500 miles, he does need a higher amount because he's only running a few miles, and it has to be worth it for him to even go out there and start his truck up. So if he's running less than 500 miles, he may say, for less than 500 miles, I need a minimum of $2.75 or maybe even $3 per mile. So when you go looking for loads, you have a criteria to what you're looking for as far as loads that's running more than 500 miles and loads that are running less than 500 miles. So when you find those loads that fit his criteria or exceeds his criteria, then you can jot those down, and then you can present those loads to him and say, hey, Mr. Carrier, here's what I found for you that meets or exceeds your criteria. I have 4 loads. This load picks up, blah, 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 it runs this many miles, and it's paying this much money. This load, blah, 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 he chooses the one he wants. Very simple. This is your framework. So once he has sent this back to you, all you got to do is just go to this, and when you pull up that carrier, when you're looking for him loads on that morning, you just call him and say, hey, Miss Carrier, where you at today? I'm in Tucson, Arizona. Okay, great. I'm going to see what I can find for you. You ain't got to ask him what kind of loads you want. Why? Because you already have a profile sheet. That's the purpose of the profile sheet. It cuts down when you having to ask the carrier every day what type of loads you want. But see, you already got a profile sheet, so you know what to look for. So you just start looking for him loads. Makes it very easy, cut and dry, straight to the point. You go find him some loads, and you present him loads, and I'll keep trucking and keep making money. Okay? All right, so that's your dispatch agreement. I mean, that's your carrier profile sheet. All right? Some other quick things that you're going to need to know right offhand. And please don't forget to go and just click on all this stuff. Don't just click on the stuff that we've talked about. Click on all of it, because you're going to need to know all this stuff. Okay? So click on it, learn where this stuff at. You have a broker agreement. If you are a broker, you're going to need a broker carrier agreement. You're not going to use a dispatch agreement. If you're a dispatcher, you're going to use a dispatch agreement. If you are a broker, you're going to use a broker carrier agreement. I'm not going to click on it, go into it, because it is huge and it is long. You go in and read it, okay? All right. Over here, you have your workflow of dispatching. Kind of make sure you go over this too. Your workflow of dispatching. This is what tells you how to get a load from book, all the steps you go through. Now, anything in here that says send to RBBS, don't do that. We don't do that. Well, don't send it to us because we don't need it. Okay? All that stuff is kept for your records. You don't have to send anything to us. Just know that, just follow this example of how to create your workflow. But if anything that says send to RBBS, clip that. You don't send us anything. That's for your thing, because you process your own invoices now. All right? But follow the steps. These are the steps to getting a load from book to getting it paid off. Okay? All right? So make sure you have that. Okay? All right. Also, and hold up a second. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. But make sure you go over your workflow. So that's very important, because you're gonna need to know how to get stuff from book to getting it paid off. Okay? And let's strip down here to the load boards real quick. This is where you find all your load boards. Look, just go through the load boards, click on them. Now here's the thing. When you get to a load board, if it requires a password and a username, it's right here. It's right there. Okay? If the load board requires a username and password, we're providing it for you. That way you'll be able to access it. Don't change the username and password. Okay? If you do, we're going to know. Because all we're going to do is we're going to contact, if we come on here one day and we can't get in, we're going to contact the load board provider. They already have our private information, which is located privately. You all can access that on who we are and how we sign up and on our account and stuff. This and that. So if you change any of this stuff, we're going to go and call them up and ask, when did this get changed? They're going to tell us when it got changed. What's the IP address of where it was changed at? And then we got you. So don't do that. Okay? Don't start doing that type of stuff. Because there's no way for you to do it and get away with it. Because we're going to find out who you are, and then, you know, if it's real assessment, we find out that it was an attempt to damage our brand, like what just recently happened, we're going to contact law enforcement because that's intellectual property theft. See, a lot of people don't know that that's actually a crime. You can't access other people's stuff and change passwords and things to keep them off of it. That's theft. That is called intellectual property theft. Look it up. Okay? And it is punishable, $5,000 fine and up to 5 years in prison. It really is. It is considered a felony. And a lot of people don't realize that. So be careful when you're doing stuff, you know, with these platforms and things like that. Don't try to, you know, scam, you know, or try to cheat people out of something that's rightfully theirs. Don't do that. If that happens, then, you know, we don't have any choice but to take action. So just don't do it. Okay? All right. But there's username and passwords, they're right there, and we provide those for you all if you need them. Okay, now you're not going to need them for all of the load boards. Some of the load boards are privatized load boards, and the privatized load boards are the ones that you don't need a username or password to get into. And the reason why they're privatized, let's say here, like a Warner or let's go to U.S. Logistics or Warner. You know, everybody knows who Warner is. Okay, they have a load board, but it's not a load board that you need a subscription to because they don't charge a subscription to it. Do they let everybody onto the load board? No, they don't give everybody the link. You got to know someone to get the link to the Warner load board, and you know us. Okay, so that's how you get the link to the Warner load board. As you can see here, you can actually go to the Warner loads, and you can get your carriers to run some of these loads. Okay, so you know, when I say we have private load boards that are not on the actual load board, that's just what we mean. We do have private loads, private load boards where the loads are not on other load boards, and we have more than I think we have over 100 load boards that we give you access to, and about 90% of them are privatized load boards. So we find some great loads on these privatized load boards. We even have Landstar. We have their load board in here. Okay, but these are your load boards. Make sure you go through them. We've got quite a few of them in here that you can choose from, and you know, kind of go through them and click on them and see what they got going on. See which ones you like to use the best. So we give you a good selection of load boards that come with the platform. Okay, and other areas of the platform real quick, but now that's your back office tools and resource area. Make sure you go through and you click on everything that way you learn where everything is. Click on all the stuff so you'll see what it does and see what you like best, and you'll know how to use them. You know, that way you learn how to use it, because you're not going to learn unless you click on it. Because let's face it, if you know how to swim, you didn't do it by reading a book or watching a video. You had to get wet. Okay, that's the only way you learn how to swim. Same thing with this. The only way you're going to learn how to do this stuff is to click on this stuff and start doing it. Okay? All right. But those are the stuff that you need to kind of click through and go through and learn where everything is. Okay? All right. Other stuff in your back office that is in your secure back office that you're going to need you're going to have to log in to get to the video library. In the video library is where we have all of our videos in their entirety. You know, more than 112 of them right now. You got a lot of videos in your video library. When you go to your video library, you're going to notice that you have 3 video streams. Okay, it's going to come up with 3 video streams. Once it pulls up here we go. You're going to have 3 video streams. You're going to have your operational training videos. At the top, you're going to have that start here video. You can rewatch that. That's the same video that you watched on your page where it says scroll down and watch this video first, okay? But on your operational training videos, you have a stream here, okay? This is what, and they're arranged in the latest ones first, which means like the ones we just did, those are first, and they are in order. That's from the newest to going back to the very first video we did about 2 years ago. Okay, and you just kind of go through them, and each video, the picture that's on that we chose, the placeholding on the image, it kind of gives you a look into what that video is about. Okay, this is about, you know, booking about the auto hauler, and it has something. It tells you down here, you know, if you read it on today's episode, how to guarantee yourself $1,000 in revenue per day on the auto hauler. It has the auto haulers there and stuff. So it kind of gives you an example of that. Finding dedicated freight. That's self-explanatory. Okay, freight brokers hit the jackpot with the National Distribution Network. That basically tells you why freight brokers will join our network. Success is your duty, obligation, and responsibility. Basically telling you, you know, find your ways. Telling you about how to be responsible for your own success. Booking freight from home, episode, what's that? 21 or something like that. A perfect pitch. So if you're looking for to see how we go over the pitch, that's going to be the one you're going to look at. Because obviously we go into a pitch, and we probably is doing a live pitch to an actual carrier. So if you want to know how the pitch sounds and how the pitch looks done live, you can go and watch that one. And all the videos are kind of like that. You can see they got the little headings and stuff, and you can go through them all, and you kind of go through them and watch them. Now, I wouldn't recommend that you watch every video. I would say go back as far as maybe the Earn While You Learn number 20 or 25. I wouldn't go past that. Because when you get down to a lot of the old stuff, it's just stuff about how we were when we were brokers, okay, which doesn't apply now. Now, if you want to go back and watch those old videos just to see how we got to where we are, feel free to do so. There's some valuable information there. But don't go back and rely on those as verbatim as what to do now, because things have changed over the years, okay? And then, of course, down here you got the other videos, which is our personal attention services. This is our series of private consultations that we recorded for some individuals who ordered the private consultation. We asked them, could we record them and put them in the back office? And these are the ones that say, yes, you can go and record a private consultation with us and put them in the back office. So if you want to listen to some of the private consultations and see how we're able to help people to form their businesses and do stuff like that, and you kind of get an idea of what a private consultation is, and see if it's something that you want to actually spend money for, because a private consultation do cost money. Now, you as a member, you get a discount on those private consultations. We normally charge $100 per hour for a consult. Members get half off. You get it for $50 an hour. And members also get to book private consultations. You can book a half-hour consultation for $25 for a half-hour session. Okay? So we do provide you discounts. And there's an actual separate website that you go and you book your private consultation. You can find that on our page on Facebook, the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. You go to that page. If you go to that group, join that group, and you'll see that the post with that for that private consultation link. Okay, the RBBS brand, you know, kind of tells you what type of lifestyle you can expect once you start doing this on a regular. You get it down pat and you start generating income. Because and I show you all how it changed my lifestyle and things like that. I mean, it really does change the lifestyle. These are just little short promotional videos that kind of show you, the type of lifestyle you have when that this stuff can bring to you. And they're fun to look at, and it kind of goes through and tells you, gives you some stuff on, how this stuff can actually change your life and what it can bring for you. Being your own boss, is really stress-free. So that's all I can tell you. Being your own boss is stress-free. It does provide to you a level of freedom to be able to have the things you like and do the things you want without having to worry about where money is coming from. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. All right, but just keep that kind of thing in mind, that doing this stuff and getting into this industry it really can change your life. I mean, it has changed mine. And I don't know of any other industry that you can grow it to as big as you want without having to put too much up front in it on an investment. Okay, literally speaking. I mean, I've got some dispatchers that are earning almost $1 million a year. Now I got some that ain't doing squat, but they all do the same. They all do one thing in common. They put their pants on one leg at a time. So, you know, I always say if one person can do it, so can another. It's just a matter of what type of commitment and what you're willing to bring to the table to make that happen. Okay? Because you have everything you need to actually make that happen. We provide everything you need to grow your dispatching firm or your freight brokerage firm as large as you want to and make as much money as you want to. And guess what? We don't take a single dime of it because you keep 100% of the money you earn. All you pay us is just your monthly subscription fees. So it doesn't get it. I mean, we can't get any better or fairer than that. Okay. All right. Other areas of the site, you have a logistics library. Okay, you have your logistics library that has every word or phrase ever used in trucking, and you can go in and pull it up by the phrases, and it'll tell you, you know, what those phrases are. Here's like your terminology, your dictionary of trucking terms, your freight shipping dictionary, your logistics 101, and logistics blogs. Okay. We also have what are freight lanes, trucking lanes, the trucking news for up-to-date trucking news, how to profit from cheap freight, and lane densities. It tells you about what lane densities are. So this is your video library, and give you an idea of what some of the stuff looks like when you click on it. It's very extensive. Like I say, this is a huge. Look at all these terms. All these terms. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much every term or phrase that's used in trucking. Okay, so you have access from A to Z, you know, those terms, and then you have this other one here, dictionary of trucking terms. This is a separate dictionary of trucking terms. Then you can go in here and kind of just put in what you're looking for, and then you go right to it, or you can scroll down through them also too. Okay. So it has you have a huge library here for your terms and your trucking terms. You have a freight shipping dictionary, what shippers use. There you go. It takes up all the stuff that shippers use. Here again, you can go through it, put in A to, you know, B, and it'll tell you all the terms that are underneath those categories and what they stand for and what they mean. Okay. So you have access to all of this stuff. Logistics 101, you know, different topics about logistics, you know, less than truckload tips, full truckload tips, miscellaneous. It's just all types of great tips and things that you're going to need. Or if you ever need them, you can go and find what they are, find the answers for them. We provide you that. Okay? So those are the things that we have provided for you. And of course, in the other areas here, in other areas down here, you have your network support chat group. Now, I know you all know about the one on Facebook, but you also have a private chat group right on the site. And you all don't really take advantage of it all the time, but sometimes there are people on here and they're talking to each other, and you all actually have a private networking site on the site itself. You came in right at about the end of the orientation, but it is recorded, and you'll be able to access it in the back office. It will be up in the back office by tomorrow. But we have these every Monday, so you can attend the one next Monday and catch it from the beginning. But this is going to be a continuous thing every Monday. Starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and ends at about 8:40 to 8:45. So we're getting right about to the end of it. But there is an actual private chat group site directly in your back office site. A lot of you don't use it, but you have this one as well as the one that's on Facebook. So this is for you all to connect securely, and you can share stuff on Facebook. You can actually connect with the one on Facebook back and forth. So y'all need to start making use of this stuff because it's here for you. Okay, I mean it's here for you. All right. So that's another one of the areas that we have here in your back office site. Okay. And then to get out of this, you have to click the back button. In a second here. All right, getting about time to wrap this up. And of course, this is where you go to to access all of your training and stuff. Because as you all remember, we have changed up a little bit. And this is our new curriculum. Here's your schedule. On Mondays is orientation from 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. On Tuesday is operational spot training from 8 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. We have live Q&A Wednesdays where all y'all do is ask me questions. I don't come on and take up time doing any type of training or anything this and that. It's flat out, you all ask me whatever questions you all need to ask me about the industry, about what you need to know, and I try to answer it for you. If I can't find the answer, we'll try to get online and try to go find the answer for you. So that's what the live Q&A is every Wednesday night. It's 45 minutes for you all to kind of pick my brain and kind of, see what's going on and get a good start. And that way you'll be ready to come Saturday for our big training, which is 6 Figures Booking Freight from Home show. Every Saturday from 10:15 to 12:15. That's 2 hours of training. We usually have about an hour of training and about an hour of Q&A. All right? And all times at Eastern Standard Time. All right. That's the end of orientation for this Monday. I hope you all got a lot out of it. Orientation is not training. It's orientation. It's here to just kind of give you the runabout of where things are and what you need to do to go about getting on certain things and how to find all your tools and resources and how to use your back office site and things like that. Now remember, it's your responsibility to go on here and click on everything within this site, okay? Because it's your responsibility to learn it. Our responsibility is to provide it to you. Your responsibility is to learn it and see what they're used for and things like that. So. And the only way you're going to do that is to jump in the pool. You can't learn how to swim without getting wet. You ain't gonna be able to learn how to swim by reading it, in a book or watching it on a video. You gotta get wet. So get wet, everybody. Come into your back office site, click on every single thing, go to it, read it, watch it, listen to it, take notes. That way you know what it is, you know where it is, and you know what it does. Until next week for orientation, I'll see y'all same bat channel, same bat time. And do not forget tomorrow night, same spot, same channel, same time, spot training. All right. Y'all have a blessed night. And thank you all for joining the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. Welcome all new members. All right. Good night, everybody.